I got that selfie stick, the one that I seen. Well, it's not. I didn't get it from the TikTok shop because TikTok shop wanted too fucking much for the like 6 foot tall selfie stick, the one where you spread the legs. Um, this is probably gonna be a short rant. Then again, maybe not. Because I have some weed that's broken up. Got the bong back that I'm not getting sad about using. Um, so I'm gonna smoke and give you some real talk. What I titled this is Asking for Money. Now, I don't want to give out the idea that I'm talking about someone whose family member has just been deceased and need the funeral covered. This is not talking about that. This is talking about someone up in your DMs asking for money. What the? I mean, really? I've been on social media since MySpace, and I never had no one up in my messages on MySpace asking for money. Even back farther, back to AOL chat room days, no one ever sent me an I am asking for money. Now you go on TikTok, you get people all up in your DMs that have no problem asking you for money for like lunch and shit. Not someone just died and I need this is like personally I'm gonna send you some messages and then I'm gonna ask you for money. I've been online before when I've had no money. And I never thought for once to send someone a message and then ask them for money. I've never even got any messages on Instagram or Twitter asking for money. These people on TikTok go up in your DMs asking, how are you? Blah, 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 blah. Da 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 da. Um, and then just start asking with the money so freely. And are consistent with the talk on it. Like, I have never just straight up ask someone for money. First off, I think it's rude as hell. You don't ask someone for money from someone you don't know, period. And I never had anyone on Grindr ask me for money. I've had people ask me for a ride, but no one talking. But I have seen a lot where people ask others for. I know I've had people on Grindr tell me that they would pay for my gas money if I went to, and I never. It's like no. I will say the guys that would pay you for your gas money were more considerate than the ones that were asking for you to pay for them to have and I shit you not. Like I say on my channel, I keep shit real. But I have had not one, but two people on an app that should be banned, really, ask me for money so they can get pizza. I do not understand it. And it's like there's no shame at all in like, I hate asking you this or this, but it's just straight up, do you have money? I want pizza. And I haven't even known you a month. I'm not gonna ask someone for money. I think that's really low rent, and it's annoying as fuck. So can we start shaming people who have the audacity to just ask for money from basically literal strangers just so they can carry on with their day? Like Lily Tino never told anyone to send her $5. You had all of those suckers who were sending her money just because they wanted to. And for those who were have like an endless supply of income where they can just throw Lily Tino $50, but there are those people who would be watching her who would feel like who were broke themselves, who would send, like the one who would send $3. But she never asked anybody, like she never asked anyone for money. It was clear that if you wanted her to order certain items, you since certain items in the restaurant would be kind of pricey, because Lily Tino didn't go to Taco Bell. But expensive items for to get that on that live stream of the eating at the certain restaurant, then those people would send the money to cover for that dish or whatever she wanted. But she never said, I want this and you people need to send me this. It's like, if I want that, I'd like to do it, but I don't have the money. So there's no one. But people on TikTok be going into people they don't know's DMs, sliding into their DMs, asking for money for pizza. I'm not kidding you. Like, not kidding you. Is that the new trend that's going on? Slide into people's DMs on TikTok and ask them for money? Ask them for money? At least like that whore on TikTok who's all these suckers are sending her money. I'm not even gonna mention her name because she is just trash. And what I will say about her is she's someone whose cunt stinks. So that just tells you who I am referring to. But she's not going into people's DMs asking them for money. She's live streaming it, asking people to send her gifts. So that's tacky as hell. It's not cute, but it's not. Let's become friends. I'm like, I'd like to get to know you. You seem cool. Send me this. I don't have any money. I'm in the mood for pizza. Like, really? What the fuck? You know what it is? It's these fucking. I think it's these. I don't know if they're Gens. It's probably the Gen Z millennials that are on the cusp. But these bitches go up into your DMs on TikTok asking for money. And I think it's clear that I'm not putting out the impression that I'm like living yacht life, going on trips and vacations all over the place. But the, and I'm not stupid. I bet you I'm not the only person who's a nice person that's getting asked for money from randos, asking them for money. And when it's happened one after another, that makes me respect the person who responds when you ask them, so do you have any hobbies? What do you like to do for fun? And there's one word answer. And it says sex. There wasn't any talk about asking for money for pizza. I can't. I really can't with it. I think it's so stupid. I got that selfie stick where you spread the legs. You know what? That's probably it. Or it would help if TikTok would just get banned. Because I was stupid enough for joining that. Because, well, you know what? Actually, TikTok was more fun before the people started going on there asking you for money. Just when there were all those assholes doing those really shitty dances, and that was all it was. Can we go back to that TikTok, please? And here's another thing that's on there. And this is doubled in seeing it. These guys that are on this live stream wearing underwear where you can practically see through it. And I know in the TikTok, um, because I have so many violations, it's unreal. Regulated goods and illegal activities. So there's some of my smoking videos that are up, but there's, if I would show, you would see on the account it shows copyright violation, copyright violation. And in the rules, there is no striptease dancing. That is not allowed on TikTok. And you see it clearly. And in the rules, it says wearing clothing that outlines the genitals. That is in the rules that is not allowed. And I have seen that on. You see it on there every day now. And there's more than one person that's doing it. There's at least 5 or 6 guys where I've seen they're wearing their underwear, and you can. It's violating the rules by showing the outline of the genitals. Yet it's on live on this app for all these kids to see, and if you report it, it says no violations found. Yet if you call someone, leave a puking emoticon, you get the comment gets removed for bullying and hate speech. So I hope TikTok gets banned. Then there won't be anyone from some app who is now asking me for money. And in my bio, there is all my social medias. And on one of my recent Twitch streams, I am getting very into this topic of someone asking you for money. So if you want to see that, you have to go find that. If you want to get the lure about people sliding up on TikTok into your DMs asking for money. It's so annoying. And followed up with Have you had any breakfast? But asking for money and being persistent with it. I don't get it. Really, I don't get it. I think it's whack. I think it's beyond. Yeah, on TikTok, when if I have something, you have to go like that off screen, or um, it's gonna get a content violation. But they got people in there where you can see their genitals, which is violating their actual rules, but that's okay. Here's where I use one of those stupid lines that's getting real popular. Make it make sense. Be so fucking for real right now. Dead ass. Cringe. I'm not here for that. I want to drop that on its head. Because that is sick in the head. That is not, yes, girl, yes. It's not slay. It's not honey. And it's definitely not baby. Don't do it. That's what it is. And I got Don't Do It from Luscious. Luscious Massacre, the Emmy Award winning doll from Brownsville, Texas. She's an icon. And I'm glad she's keeping her channel and keeping it real. That's I'm gonna leave in her to do a drag investigation about those GAYs on TikTok sliding into DMs asking for money. Because that needs to be investigated, really. And she needs to drag them. I really think I'm gonna send her a message on TikTok or some social media asking her, because that's it. Don't do it. She needs to call out that trash and those GAYs that do that shit. Don't do it. The shade. It's real. It is. So yeah. Shout out to Luscious Massacre. Girl. Baby. These people on these GAYs on TikTok sliding up in your DMs asking for money. For pizza. What the fuck? I got receipts. Like she does say, men are trash. And that's true. I'm not trash. And I've said this story before where I had this like old, it was like a baseball cap. I got it at the thrift store and it was camouflage, and this was in the late 90s. So it's saying trans across. It was not talking about like anything trans. I don't know what it, I don't know where and what that hat meant. But one time when I was in my days of the club, I was wearing that because I used to um, hit up the thrift stores and came out with loads. And when I'd go to the club, I always wore different outfits. It was like the shit. So, um, this baseball cap said trash. Wait, no, it said trans. And this one GAY at the club says to me, and I'm drunk as hell at the time, "What does that say? Trash?" In a really gay voice. And I had to be held back by my bestie because I went after this GAY for saying, "What does that say? Trash?" And then flash forward to years later, my dad wore that and he was went to the junkyard looking for like car parts. And I guess some person made some comment to my dad about it saying trans on the hat, and that my dad went after this guy. That's when you wear that hat that says trans on it. You don't. You. You're. I'm not the one or the two. And my dad, he's an OG from the '80s when we lived down in LA. When we'd go to Michael's restaurant on Sunday mornings, and the pick and save was in the parking lot too. But it was Michael's restaurant, and we get breakfast. But there were many times when we'd be stopped at a red light and my dad would be out of the car wanting to fight with someone who pissed him off. So, then add putting on that baseball cap that had that energy already going on. Ooh, girl. 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 So, that's where we're at today. Girl. You know what? I'm gonna put a link in my. I think I need to hook up my Cash app to this because I'm not in the mood for pizza. I'm like wanting these taquitos from this really good restaurant. And they're not on Uber Eats. They were, but they're no longer on it. Whenever you go to it, it says that it's not available. So I need to put a Cash app asking for so I can go get some taquitos with extra guacamole from El Rancho Taco Shop in Victorville. On Hesperia Road. I want those right now. Slide into my DMs, but telling me you've gone over, ordered or picked it up, and you're bringing it out into my house. And you know what? Just leave it on the chair that's by the gate. You gotta follow all the Uber Eats rules, but you're not it's not on Uber Eats, so you're doing it on as your own force. And since I'm asking, that means I'm not leaving a tip. You just do it all. Remember, we want extra guacamole with those taquitos. Mm-hmm. You know what I need to do? I need to really start selling it. Sure. I haven't had any songs with like new singing. I don't think and there was any new songs with words last year. I know I did a bunch of demos myself of Lee's silly little sonnet and the song Amnesia with the words to it. But those were not put out. Those are in the vault. But these days with all the shitty music out there, we needed to make hot dogs and ranch hit the top 100. Because from when hot dogs originally came out, there is somebody in India who bought the single hot dogs. So there is a market out there. There are fans on 15 continents. Wait, 15 countries. I don't even know if... Are there 15 continents? I know that Gaga was said... There's talk about her going on tour. Like a new world tour where she is going on every continent. That's right. Us. Antarctica. It was, I think, on Instagram, one of the videos I put out for hot dogs, my song Hot Dogs, put my audio in it, and it was said I was violating the copyright. It's like it's my song. I have the actual file. I gave myself permission to use it. But it was banned in a bunch of countries, and one of those countries and places, it's had this big word about like that it was not available in Antarctica. Why not? I'm pretty sure that there would probably be at least one person living in Antarctica who would like the song Hot Dogs, and also because it's called Hot Dogs, I think that it not being allowed and blocked is really discriminatory to Antarctica, because since it's always so cold there, this is like me bringing warmth and heat to Antarctica with hot dogs, but they're blocking it? For what? I'm serious right now. Mm-hmm. Me having the rights, me writing the song, me having the damn MP3 file a wave file, every different kind of file of the hot dogs song. I've given permission. It's mine. I know it's going up. It's not making money, but it's not allowed in Antarctica? That's very discriminatory. They're just wanting to keep it really cold in Antarctica and not want people to think about hot dogs and how hot they are. And it's not going to melt anything. Global warming is doing far more damage than my song Hot Dogs coming to Antarctica to bring heat. That's what I think. That's really what I think. And you know what? I bet if I did, and then like blew up and was making all of this money, there'd probably be even more people on TikTok up in my DMs asking for money. I don't want people on TikTok asking me for money. Is that because on my profile it says artist? People are thinking, this is an artist right here. An artist that doesn't even have 500 followers, nor do I give a fuck about how many followers I have. But I'm not a big flexer. I'm not. I'm not a fucking ATM. Do I need to say that again? I'm not an ATM. I'm not your financial institution. I'm not your piggy bank. If you want pizza, go get yourself 1,000 followers on TikTok, and then you can go live stream and ask people, need money, need a galaxy for pizza. Send galaxy for pizza. Send a uni for pizza. Don't go up in someone you don't know's DMs asking for money. At least go live and do it yourself. And not up in someone's DMs asking for money. You need to be a hustler. Like that one lady's nephew on TikTok who was in the coffin and she had the money gun and she was shooting the money all over the coffin and goes, I love you, nephew. You was a hustler. that guy, that hustler that was in that coffin getting the money gun on TikTok, I doubt he would have been up in people's DMs asking them for money. He was probably having people just sending him lions and like winter magic. I like with the hand hearts. And if I was gonna go on, I can't do live streaming on TikTok. I can do live gaming where I play Mario Kart Tour. And that kind of chat, I don't know exactly how it worked. I don't know what's the. Because I've gotten. I have a total of 5 diamonds that were sent on TikTok from my um, Mario Kart gamer streaming. But I have it where you can send gifts if you want, but since when I play it, I have the chat that goes up into the corner of the screen, so I don't see anything that if anyone's double tapping, and I know that there's been actual taps because it says there's been somewhere it says there were 423 likes, but when I'm playing it, I'm not seeing like any of the little hearts that are coming up on the screen like you do in typical live streams. It's the gamer one, and but I know that the people that my voice, you can hear it because I'm talking to the people. Like when I'm playing it, I say, "Hey, what's up?" When someone comes into the watching the race, and someone asked, just I was doing it, and there was there's no one that really leaves comments. There are like sometimes there'll be someone who will say um, people play this game, but there's been some people that have watched, like when the races would be like over a half an hour. There's been someone who's like watched the whole time, and recently someone said, "Can you be Donkey Kong?" And then I said I'll be him on the next race, and then I was, and then someone asked if I could be Wario, and that there's never been that many people that like comment in when I'm playing. And one of the races, I was in first place, and then at the last minute, someone like shot me with something, and then 4 people got because it was right at the very end of the finish line. The finish line was right; you could see it. And then when that happened, all of these other ones got in front of me, and I lost. And before I was talking shit while I was playing, saying that I was winning, and then I see a comment that it like popped up right at the end of the race when I lost and got someone blasted me with a shell, and the comment said, "You solid." But and I've never asked anyone when I'm playing it. I've told them once. I said to double tap, but I feel really stupid doing that. But those people on TikTok going up into your DMs asking for money, they don't care. That they're not embarrassed. They don't feel bothered by asking someone they don't know for money. for pizza. Unless it's some kind of. Is money for pizza, does that mean something else? I don't know. But could it? Or has he? I have to go pick up my order from Target. Had to get my cat litter and cat food, and everything was there. Last time I went, when I got there, the guy who brought it out to the car, he said that everything was in the order except the paper towels and the cat litter. And before, I've gotten orders and it would say, we don't have this, or we're out of it was canceled. When I got home and looked, it says that it was canceled, but when the order was completed, it said, your order's ready for pickup. There wasn't anything that said, this isn't in it. It was the worker who brought it out, and I was like, and the cat litter is always something that is, I don't need it. I need it tomorrow is when I need it. So if they don't have it today, it's like, this is a problem. I can deal with the cat food coming tomorrow because there is cat food. With cat litter, you can never not have enough. That's what I should do on TikTok. I should start DMing people on TikTok and asking them for money for cat litter. Hey, can you buy me some cat litter? And I don't want tidy cat, I want the Fresh Step 38 pounds. So I need to do hit up GAYs on TikTok asking for money for cat litter. How about that? I can't. I gotta trim this shit. Look at how white it is on the side. It's so awful. I look so old and so awful. He was just so awful. Look at how long this shit is. Isn't that funny? So, what else? I think that's about it. I think I've ranted enough. I don't want to be one of those, like, annoying shitheads. Look at this blanket. Martha Stewart every day. I like how Martha Stewart said that Bethany Frankel was a pest. You're welcome, is what that was. I followed that bitch ever since I heard about her until she was really like getting annoying in the summertime when she was doing these unhinged videos of her going off on the Chanel store. That was like, okay, this is stupid. It's just stupid. And the people in the comments made you feel stupid reading it. It's like, God, these people are so stupid. And then she was at something where 50 Cents was there. Remember him, the guy who made fun of um someone handicapped at an airport that was the janitor. That 50 Cents. The one who's fascinated with Puff Daddy. Um I forgot what I was getting at. I forgot my whole point. Oh, Bethany. Then she posted something about a car collection. And then when she was going to Paris, I had had enough. That was when this was the night when whoever those people were that ran the dog over in front of my house and kept going, and the dog was dead, and animal control could not pick her up until fucking Monday, and that happened until Tuesday, and that had happened on it was the weekend when it happened. And that had just happened, and I went and just filmed on my goddamn I did an Instagram live because I was really upset because whoever had done that, they just kept going. They didn't even stop or turn around. And then like the video that comes up after I like done recorded was her going to Paris and just her bragging, condescending bullshit, and I unfollowed her that day and said, you know what, this is like, just shut up. And then just recently, it was going all over the TikTok about her trying Harry Hamlin's spaghetti sauce, and then she said that it wasn't good, it was gross. I love Lisa Rinna. I culo Lisa Rinna. So it was like, Bethany, shut the fuck up. You loudmouth. It's not cute. You're... like, I'd rather talk about Kelly Ben Simone. And Kelly Ben Simone just joined TikTok, and I was like, oh shit, there's Kelly Ben Simone, and she had just liked on Instagram and she left a comment of a picture of her saying satchels of gold. And in the chat, I put Team Kelly, and she goes, "There are no teams." And I couldn't get. First, I thought, like, I know what she was, like, saying, but it's like, girl, it was something saying, like, I've always done people that said team something that was stupid. So that's was, but she was like, there are no teams. It's like, Kelly Ben Simone. And it's like, I know that there are no teams, but she I guess it's an um she takes certain things that was like, that's, and it was just, it actually, I thought it was amusing because I was like, girl, saying Team Kelly was just saying, like, you're cool, not, there are no teams. But then, like she did say it about Bethany. Bethany wasn't a chef, she was a cook. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what else I want to talk about. I need to go pick up my shit from Target. Bye, everyone. And remember, if you go on TikTok, don't be sliding into anyone's DMs asking them for money for pizza. Don't do it.